Hey, Vortex. So I just sent an email. Well, I didn't just do this. I did this like yesterday, but it's still pretty fresh in my mind. I sent an email to these people at a comedy club in downtown Nashville. The club that I performed at in a showcase called Joking On. But I sent them this idea for a show that I want to put on, all about mental illness. And I have a pretty good feeling that they're not going to take me up on it. Because mental illness is still very much stigmatized in this prenatal country of ours. And because it's stigmatized, people are afraid of it and they don't want, to trust a bitch that wants to put on a comedy show all about mental illness. That just seems extreme. You're also really offensive, too. Yeah, I am really offensive. It's very dangerous giving me a microphone, because nobody knows what will come out of my mouth, including myself. But that's the fun of it! The name of the show is going to be Hello Vortex. Because you're a vortex, and I always talk about the vortex in my brain that I'm constantly talking to. God, I want to smoke cigarettes. I really do. That urge is terrible. When I'm in my house, the thing is, when I'm out, I kind of expected myself to really want to smoke, when I'm driving and when I do comedy and stuff like that, but I really don't. When I'm around it, I have no desire to smoke or drink or do anything that I shouldn't be doing. But it's when I'm at home, it's just I get bored, and there's no easier cure to boredom than fucking nicotine, man. You just sit there and chain smoke. Tell yourself you're doing something, I mean, you are doing something. That's something terribly destructive, but I can lie to myself and be like, oh, it's a reward. It's a reward for doing nothing. Should I have an anxiety attack this afternoon rather? It just starts right here, my heart just pounds so fucking fast. And I think I'm dying, And that just makes me feel totally alone, and then I can't stop crying. And so then I just imagine somebody holding me. Someone holding me so tight. Gets me through, this fantasy. An actual man? Don't get me through shit. Now is a terrible fucking time to be a free thinker. This is the worst time. I realized that my opinions are so fucking controversial that if I don't don't say, like, most of what I want to say. Like, I say a lot on this channel, but, like, when it comes to, like, being on stage and getting up in front of people and shit, like, I say offensive stuff, but it's nowhere near the level that it is on here. Mainly because I don't have enough time to get into that. I only have, like, 4 or 5 minutes. But, you know, I've managed to, like, offend people to the point that I make them cry and shit, and, I just think that's silly, you know, to just cry about somebody else's expression and then act like they can't express themselves because of how it makes you feel, you know? Like, I will fight to the ends of the earth, you know, my right to say whatever the fuck I want to say. And I would defend that for anybody, even people that I vehemently disagree with. Like, they can still say that. They can still say whatever the fuck they want. And that's the thing, like, I'm living in an information age where people are increasingly stupid and ignorant. I think they're increasingly stupid and ignorant because they're paying attention to all the wrong things. So they're totally distracted by convincing themselves that they're paying more attention. But really, it's just a specific kind of attention that they're paying to the things that they really want to believe that don't actually exist. Liberals! You guys just want to live in this idealistic bubble. I just don't understand feminism. I do not understand the direction that it's going. I feel like back in, like, Susan B. Anthony days, it was totally acceptable, and now I do not understand. It's obviously not working. Like, if women were equal to men, we'd do more raping, isn't that correct? Like, women find a way to manipulate situations. But we do that because that's the only power that we fucking have, since we don't have dicks to rape men with, you know? So, women are sneaky. We're sneaky bitches. I know this. I'm a fucking woman. Don't act like I'm being sexist. I know this because I have done this myself. Don't even think about going. Don't even think about it, asshole. Both of you are assholes. Both of you. I just don't like how women are turning everything into some issue of, like, the patriarchy. And, like, that liberals, they fucking do this. Everything's an issue of discrimination. Like, maybe it's not. You know, like, for example, like the transgenders in the military. It's nothing against transgenders. It's, like, an issue of, like, their body's changing. You know, if their body's changing, do you really want them, you know, like, fighting in a war when they're in, like, a compromised position with their, you know, physiological state? Like, I don't understand that. It's not an issue of discrimination. It's like, this is logical. This is fucking logical. I don't know. People just get way too easily offended. And it's not, nothing is changing. Nothing is going to improve. Just to let you know, everything's fucking shit and it's gonna stay shit. You know? Which is why I'm gonna kill myself. Why are more people suicidal? It makes me so angry. And there are, like, so many actual victims in the world. Like, legitimate victims. And then you have a bunch of people that think it's cool to be a victim and they want to pretend to be a victim because of the attention that they can get. And, I mean, that's pathetic. It's fucking pathetic. Thanks, thank you, love you. Oh, that was sweet. That hasn't happened in a long time. This girl just let me go. She let me go. Yeah, see, if she were a man, it wouldn't have happened, because of the patriarchal system. It's like, this is what I'm talking about. If you're around, like, a feminist, like, that's what they'll do. They'll fucking turn everything into some issue of, like, feminism. And it's like, I get it. Like, that's the lens you're looking through. I'm looking through a lot of lenses. I'm looking through about 25 plus lenses here, not just the one that's convenient for me. I've mentioned this. See, I gotta go work my shitty job and wait on a bunch of shitheads that don't give a fuck if I live or die, really. I mean, that's what I think about, like when I'm like taking people's orders and shit. I'm like, man, if I committed suicide tonight, none of these fuckers would care. I'm such a victim. That's the thing. I would rather be a bitch than be a victim. Okay? Like, a lot of women, like, this is our society. Like, we need to talk about this. This isn't just an issue of gender roles. Like, first of all, if you want to bitch about men, you got to bitch about women too. It's not fair. It's not just one-sided. That's the problem. People just want to blame, like, a group or, a gender or whatever. Or it's, Trump. Right now, it's so easy to blame him, right? That's why he's in office, babies. That's why he's in office. Because he's a scapegoat. And he's also a distraction. But, say a guy tries to touch you inappropriately, and you grab him by the ball sack, and you're like, no! You're a bitch, right? You're a bitch for that shit. You're a bitch for sticking up for yourself, and not putting up with shit, just because that's what you're supposed to do. Like, this is the problem. It's a very complicated problem, and people are trying to simplify it and just play the blame game. But I mean, it's playing the blame game is not gonna work. Just telling you, man. Like, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help women not have to act like women. You don't have to define yourself by your fucking vagina. I mean, okay, do you have any idea how much shit I get from women? How much shit I've gotten my entire life from lady-like cunt faces, that are like, oh, you shouldn't do that. That's not appropriate. You can't say that. That's not ladylike language, Amy. Like, don't talk about pooping. Like, that's gross. Like, women don't do that. Fuck you, bitches. Like, you are the reason why we are so far behind. It's just these stupid ideal, like, ideas of how women behave and how men behave, and they're, ingrained in our psyche. So, like, I question things because I'm a gender brander. And because I question things, I don't act like, typical women. I don't act like typical Americans. I don't act like typical Caucasians. Because I don't like those people. But because I question things, I'm the fucking outcast, and people think I'm a cunt, But I'd much rather be a cunt than be a victim. I'll tell you that, Like, the only time that, well, I don't want to say that because it's not true. Yeah, if you think about it, like, it's happened a few times where like where you put yourself in a situation, you're like, this is bad, and then something bad happens. Whoa. Here's the thing, ladies, we need to trust our instincts. You gotta be a really bad feeling about a dude, I wouldn't go out with him. I wouldn't, like, be in the same room with him. And if you have to be, I don't know, cut his balls off or some shit. Figure it out. A lot of people think that this is, like, fucked up. Like, I'm saying fucked up shit. I'm just tired of hearing the same fucking story. Like, and this is gonna be the same fucking story. Like, women, they act like they're gonna change things all because they hashtag about something, and oh, they have a women's convention, and it's like, this is our political system. And just because your precious Hillary is married to a fucking rapist, like, how hypocritical are you that you're gonna support a bitch that's still married to a rapist who's a lying sack of shit, who wrote a full fucking memoir all about how she's the victim of, like, oh, she didn't win the fucking election, fuck that cunt. Like, you're gonna have more people unsubscribing to your channel all because of this fucking video. You know this, right? Oh, I know this. I don't care, though. Fuck you. Like, you're so simple-minded. Like, I don't even really, like, hate Hillary or anything. It's not that. I just question her, and, like, it's so stupid that, like, so many feminists will, like, back her up, and, like, she's married to a rapist. How the fuck can you support her? I don't get it. I do not get it. It's like, oh, you just conveniently forgot about all that, That's cool. That makes a lot of sense. Anyway, I'm gonna go, because I'm mad now. See ya.